When I watch movies and TV, sometimes I just want to walk into the scene and talk to that character, especially the mom. Do you ever feel that way? My daughter suggested that I do some movie and TV reviews of moms and how they handle different situations, and I thought that would be kind of fun. So I'm starting with Home Alone, the classic 1990s movie with Catherine O'Hara as the mom and Macaulay Culkin as Kevin, the son.
What kind of mother am I?
When the movie opens, Mom's on the phone and Kevin's trying to get her attention to ask her a question about why he can't watch the movies that his brothers and sisters are watching and watch what the mom does and what Kevin does.
Mom, Uncle Frank won't let me watch the movie, but the big kids can. Why can't I?
Kevin, I'm on the phone. When do you come back? Not till then.
It's not even rated R. He's just being a jerk.
Kevin, if Uncle Frank says no, then it must be really bad. No, we're not bringing the dog. Put it in the kennel for the... Hey, get off. Kevin, out of the room.
Hang up the phone and make me, why don't you?
Here you can see that Kevin's asking a legitimate question and he truly wants to know why he is being left out. Now I have to say it's really understandable that she's busy. Obviously, she's got a house full of guests. She's getting packed for a big trip out of the country. She's got the whole family to deal with. So I can understand why she would be a little bit on the neglectful side. But ignoring her son to that extent is really unacceptable. The most disturbing thing in this scene is when Kevin says to his mom,
Hang up the phone and make me, why don't you?
This is the first indication we get that Kevin is used to talking back to his parents, smarting off to them, and not getting any kind of reprimand at all for it. The mom was clearly ignoring him and he was needing reassurance. That's true. She was wrong. But this remark by Kevin was a clue, a missed opportunity by her to see that her son was going down the wrong road with his attitude. She should have apologized for ignoring him, but then corrected his behavior for his disrespectful remarks as well. If she needed to understand how to correct him, she might have been able to see the two videos on this channel entitled How to Stop Backtalk or When Your Child Says Defiant No. But by missing this opportunity, she allows Kevin to continue to go down the road to a really bad attitude, which catches up with her later. Then how is the interaction with the dad, who's played by John Hurd? Let's see what he does.
Dad, nobody let me do anything.
Bye.
You don't have anything to do? I got something for you to do. You can pick up those micro machines that are all over in there. Aunt Leslie stepped on one and almost broke her neck.
He was in the garage again playing with the glue gun.
Didn't we talk about that?
Did I burn down the joint? I don't think so. I was making ornaments out of fish hooks.
My new fish hooks?
I can't make ornaments out of the old ones with dry worm guts stuck on them.
Peter.
Come on, Kevin. Out.
When Kevin tries to express to his dad that he feels like he's being mistreated, his dad just ignores it, just like his mom did. You can see he completely ignored the fact that Kevin had used the glue gun when he was told not to. He doesn't address that at all. He just asks Kevin about the project that he was working on. Does Kevin receive any correction for disobeying the rule about the glue gun? No. Mom doesn't say anything. Dad doesn't say anything. It is completely ignored. Is it any wonder that this child behaves kind of like a smart aleck? He has no reason to behave well when he's ignored, and disobedience and disrespect is acceptable in the household.
You're getting heavy. Go pack your suitcase.
Pack my suitcase? I don't know how to pack a suitcase. I've never done this once in my whole life.
Tough.
That's what Megan said.
What did I say? You told Kevin tough. The dope was whining about a suitcase. What am I supposed to do? Shake his hand and say, congratulations, you're an idiot?
I'm not an idiot.
Oh, really? You're completely helpless. Everyone has to do everything for you.
She's right, Kev.
Excuse me, puke breath. I'm a lot smaller than you. I don't know how to pack a suitcase.
Hey, I hope you didn't just pack crap, Jeff.
Shut up, Lenny.
Do you know what I should pack?
Buzz told you, cheek face. Toilet paper and water.
Listen, Kev, what are you so worried about? You know Mom's gonna pack your stuff anyway. You're what the French call les incompetents.
What?
Bombs away!
P.S. You have to sleep on the hide-a-bed with Fuller. If he has something to drink, he's gonna wet the bed.
In this clip, you can see the dynamics between the siblings and the cousins and how they treat each other. Clearly, they have not been taught to treat each other with respect. I realize that with multiple immature siblings in a household, that's going to happen here and there. But as you can see in this household, the siblings, especially the older ones, treating the younger ones disrespectfully or rudely is just a way they do things. It's just the way things are. And again, it's no wonder Kevin gets aggravated, angry, frustrated, because he's trying to ask for help with a task he's supposed to do and he doesn't know how. So obviously, no matter who he goes to, his parents, his siblings, his cousins, nobody is willing to help him with the task that he's charged to do. And here, after all of the disrespect and disregard and ignoring and neglect he has suffered, he's now told that he's going to have to sleep in a bed with his cousin who wets the bed. So now that Kevin's frustration is at a high point, he goes down to dinner thinking, yay, now I get dinner. And he goes into the kitchen. Let's see what happens.
All right, the pizza boy needs $122.50 plus tip.
For pizza?
10 pizzas times $12.
Frank, you got the money, don't you? Come on.
Traveler's checks.
Forget it, Frank. We have cash.
You probably get the kind of traveler's checks that don't work in France.
What kind of
Did anyone order me a plain cheese?
Oh, yeah, we did. But if you want any, somebody's gonna have to barf it all up, because it's gone.
Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi.
Get a plate.
passport? Watch it! Help me out.
No, let's get these passports out of here.
Get the pen.
Come here. You all right? What is the matter with you? He started it. He ate my pizza on purpose. He knows I ate sausage and olives and
Look what
onions
you did, you little jerk.
Kevin, get upstairs right now.
Why?
Kevin, you're such a disease.
Shut up.
Kevin, upstairs.
Say goodnight, Kevin.
Good night, Kevin.
Now, I know this is a fictional story, but this really broke my heart. I mean, I know it's not real, but I just felt for Kevin in this scene. And I could see his frustration and anger, and it was a legitimate reason to be frustrated. And so he lashes out, and unintentional things happen because of that. But did you notice that the parents were in the room the whole time? Both the mom and the dad are in the room while another adult calls their child a jerk, and then another child calls him a disease. Do the parents do anything about the fact that he's being verbally abused right in front of them and the whole family? Do they recognize and stop for a moment to realize that it's their neglect that has caused this whole situation? No, they don't. They stand by and they allow their child to be verbally abused by other members of his family. Here they miss another opportunity to defend him, to build a relationship with him, to stop this attitude going in the wrong direction, which of course now it's already there, right? It's in the bad place. It was going the whole time. Now, I don't know if it showed in this clip or not, but as Mom was taking Kevin out of the kitchen, the other members of the family are saying bad things about Kevin in the background. Now, at this moment, you would think now the mom should recognize what's been going on with her son, take a moment and sit down and have a conversation and try to deal with the situation in a good way. But no, she doesn't do it then either. She doesn't seem to want to deal with the idea of why he is in this rebellious mood. This is another opportunity missed. When a child is in that kind of rebellious attitude, it's time to stop and think, what's going on? If I could talk to that character mom and say, hey, here's what you can do, I would tell her to go to the video on this channel entitled How to Avoid Raising a Rebellious Child, because she certainly seems to be doing that. Now notice in this next clip how Kevin's pulling his arm away.
Why do I always get treated like scum?
Oh, I'm sorry. This house is just crazy. We've got all these extra kids running around. My brother-in-law drove in from Ohio today. It's just nuts.
How come you didn't bring more cheese pizzas?
Nice tip. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Having a reunion or something?
Oh, no, my husband's brother transferred to Paris last summer, and both of his kids are still going to school here, and I guess he missed the whole family. He's giving us all this trip to Paris for the holiday so we can be together.
You're taking a trip to Paris?
Yes, we hope to leave tomorrow morning.
Excellent.
If you'll excuse me, this one's a little out of sorts. I'll be right back.
As they're going towards the door, you hear Kevin say, "Why do I always get treated like scum?" Again, this is another moment when Mom could have seen that he is feeling mistreated. Now, as she's standing there, he keeps pulling his arm away, as you can see. And of course, that's because he's completely rebellious and angry. But obviously, she hasn't already built the relationship with him that she should. And so that's why he feels like he can pull away anyway. But here's one moment where Mom does something that is good when she's talking to the fake police officer at the door. She says, "Excuse me, this one's a little out of sorts." This is a good way for her to explain to the officer that she knows that the behavior isn't good and there's a problem without putting her son down. So far, this is the only good mom moment in the whole movie. Now watch this next scene. She has one more opportunity to do the right thing, and she doesn't actually do it, but there is one good thing she does. See if you can catch it.
There are 15 people in this house. You're the only one who has to make trouble.
I'm the only one getting dumped on.
You're the only one acting up. Now, get upstairs.
I am upstairs, dummy. The 3rd floor?
Go.
It's scary up there.
Don't be silly. Fuller will be up in a little while.
I don't want to sleep with Fuller. You know about him. He wets the bed. He'll pee all over me. I know it.
Fine. We'll put him somewhere else.
The first thing you probably noticed in this clip is that Kevin called his mom stupid. Obviously, he's been frustrated, he's angry, and she doesn't get any of the clues that have been staring her in the face the entire evening. Clearly, if a child calls a parent stupid, that is complete disrespect. Okay. My son's calling me. Just a minute. Yes, come in.
I forgot you were recording.
That's okay. What's up?
Check it out. Look at this.
Wow, auditorium recordings.
I know. Some RLDS person must have dropped it off.
Yeah.
But, it's probably,
It might be the organ. Let me see what it says on it.
It says sung by the radio choir.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, now, it's not, valuable, but it's probably pretty hard to come by.
Yeah.
To be
Oh,
honest.
absolutely. It would be completely hard to come by.
So, yeah, this is
good for you.
a real gem. Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, thought I'd show you that.
Okay, so there's my son. Kevin is doing everything he can to try to get her attention, and she doesn't pay any attention at all to his bad behavior or his anger and frustration. She only pays attention to the fact that it's bothering her and the family. She doesn't even think of the fact that he just called her stupid and how unacceptable that is. But I'm sure you probably caught the one moment where she did another good mom thing. He told her of one of his concerns. She stopped for just a moment, listened to what he said, and then she remedied the issue. At least this is one concern that she took into consideration, that the cousin is going to wet the bed if he sleeps with Kevin, and Kevin doesn't like that. But then what happens? Let's see.
I'm sorry.
It's too late. Get upstairs.
Everyone in this family hates me.
Then maybe you should ask Santa for a new family.
I don't want a new family. I don't want any family. Families suck.
Just stay up there. I don't want to see you again for the rest of the night.
I don't want to see you again for the rest of my whole life. And I don't want to see anybody else either.
I hope you don't mean that. You'd feel pretty sad if you woke up tomorrow morning and you didn't have a family.
No, I wouldn't.
Then say it again. Maybe it'll happen.
I hope I never see any of you jerks again.
So here Kevin insincerely tries to apologize, and Mom recognizes that it's insincere, and she says, hey, that's too late now. Truthfully, putting aside the fact that she's completely neglectful and doing the wrong thing as a parent the whole evening, at least she does have some insight into him trying to manipulate her. But considering the whole picture of the evening, it really doesn't apply very well. Kevin makes one more attempt to tell his mother what is going on with him by saying, "Everyone in this family hates me." One more missed opportunity for Mom to take into consideration what's going on with her son. When he says everyone in the family hates him, does she say, "Oh, that's not true, let's talk about that"? No. By the way that she responds, you'd think Kevin just got assurance that that is true. Everyone in the family does hate him. She kind of seems to acknowledge it with her response. So what she seems to be doing as a mom is focusing on the idea of punishing him rather than teaching and training him how to behave. And in order to really teach and train a child how to behave, you have to have a connection with them and a relationship, which he is completely not building here. Now, if you notice, she does one other thing that's a problem. She starts to go into his immaturity with him with her conversation. When he says that he wishes he didn't have a family, she doesn't say, "Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry you feel that way." Instead, she goes into that immature place with him by saying, "Say it again. Maybe it'll happen." This is encouraging him in his bad behavior to continue with it. Obviously, she did that out of frustration, but you never go into an immature place with a child and behave as badly as they are with what you say. So again, he smarts off, of course, and again, she doesn't do anything about it. Now in this next scene on the plane, you start to get the idea that maybe this mom isn't so bad after all. You can see that she has some mother's intuition, and as she relaxes, she starts to think about the way that she's been ignoring things and trying to figure out, why does she feel so bad?
What's the matter? Honey?
Terrible feeling
About what?
that we didn't do something.
Now you feel that way because we left in such a hurry. We took care of everything. Believe me, we did.
Did I turn off the coffee?
No. I did.
Did you lock up?
Yeah.
Did you close the garage?
That's it. I forgot to close the garage. That's it.
No, that's not it.
What else could we be forgetting?
Kevin!
Captain's doing all he can. Your phones are still out of order.
We'll call as soon as we land, Kate. I'm sure everything's okay.
It's horrible. Horrible. Just horrible.
How could we do this? We forgot him.
We didn't forget him. We just miscounted.
What kind of mother am I?
If it makes you feel any better, I forgot my reading classes.
She finally gets it. She has been neglectful. She has ignored her son, and now he's home alone, and the guilt hits. Again, I do understand being really in a hurry and being overwhelmed and having lots of responsibilities. But I have to say, putting aside that this all had to happen for the plot of the movie to even happen, I realize that, this mom has been a complete mess. And it's good that she finally recognizes that her priorities have been a little off. Most of the movie from here on out, she completely changes her attitude about being a mom. And she starts to become the mom she could have been the whole time.
Miss, we have to use the phone, please.
Madame, que faites-vous?
I'm sorry, it's an emergency. We really have to make a call.
Mais que se passe-t-il?
Please, our brother's home alone.
Rendez-moi le téléphone.
Excuse me,
Just give us the
Rendez-moi
phone.
le téléphone. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry, but thank you. Peter, I'm going to call the police. Why don't you book us a flight home? Here, get some change out of here. Call everybody you know. Oh, Leslie, here's my address book. You and Frank, call everybody who lives on our street. Maybe somebody can help us. What am I doing? Hello? 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 I'll shut to call you back.
Village Police Department.
Yeah, hi, look, I'm calling from Paris. I have a son who's home alone. Our phones there are out of order, so I'd like somebody to go over to our house, tell him that we're coming home to get him.
Okay, let me connect you with Family Crisis Intervention.
No, it's not a family crisis.
Hold on. Larry, can you pick up? There's some lady on hold, sounds kind of hyper.
What line, Rose?
2.
Family Crisis Intervention, Sergeant Balzac.
I'm calling from Paris. I have a son who's home alone.
Has the child been involved in a violent altercation with a drunken and/or mentally ill member of his immediate family?
No.
Has he been involved in a household accident?
I don't know. I hope not.
Has the child ingested any poison and/or any other object that has become lodged in his throat?
No, he's just home alone. And I would like somebody to go over to the house and see that he's all right, just to check on him.
You want us to go to your house just to check on him?
Yes!
Let me connect you with the police department.
No, they just transferred me to you.
Rose!
Yeah.
Hyper on 2.
Hang on.
Hold on, please.
No, please don't hang up. Please. Don't. Any luck?
No. I couldn't get anybody.
Leslie?
I'm sorry, Kate. Nothing but a bunch of answering machines.
Somebody pick up.
Oh, hi, ma'am. It's you again.
Yeah, hi, look. I'm calling from Paris. I have a son who's home alone.
Sorry.
No, wait. This is Christmas! The season of perpetual hope.
Ma'am, if...
And I don't care if I have to get out on your runway and hitchhike. If it costs me everything I own. If I have to sell my soul to the devil himself. I am going to get home to my son.
Ma'am, if there was anything at all I could do for you today...
Do anything.
She's now the mom that we hope that we all would be. She's on it. She's determined to do the right thing for her son, no matter how difficult it will be, and no matter how embarrassing it might be. She is unrelenting and on task. It's too bad she hadn't behaved that way the whole time, or this whole thing might have been avoided. But then, of course, we wouldn't have the really cool movie to watch, so there's that. So does she resolve the problem and apologize? Let's see.
Kevin! Merry Christmas, sweetheart. Oh, Kevin, I'm so sorry.
She does the right thing. She apologizes. Now, she doesn't make clear what she's apologizing for. Is it only because she left him home alone, or is it because of all her neglectful behavior before that? I choose to think the best and believe it was for all of it. All in all, this mom was basically a complete fail until she got on the plane. From there on out, she redeemed herself and became a champion mom. If you want to become a champion mom or dad too, check out the other videos on this channel that give you step-by-step instructions on how to be the most effective parent you can be. Did you enjoy this review? If so, please remember to subscribe. Parents, you can do this. Thanks for watching.